We're in Gauteng, about to explore a beautiful, picturesque property of interior designer Farai Chinya. Now, he was able to put this masterpiece together for a client of his, and today we're about to enjoy it. Farai, this project looks absolutely magical. Can you tell me a little bit more about where we find ourselves today?
Yes, so today we are in Pretoria East. This is one of our projects that we did a couple of years ago, and I'm really excited to show you the rest of it.
Can you just talk me through the layout of the home from the steps up?
Definitely. So it's a very open plan home. What we then did is demarcate the different areas depending on the function that we needed in that space. And as we walk through, I'll then show you how we managed to do that.
Being in the heart of Pretoria, it doesn't feel like Pretoria. It's giving a barn-like vibe.
Oh, good eye, definitely. So this is a barn-style type of architecture. Some people call it farmhouse style, but we've modernized it. What we did is we took the very same structure that you'd find in a traditional barn, and then we have the pitched roofs. Instead of ceilings, we then just let it have these 5-meter tall double volumes. So the beautiful thing with that is that it creates a very nice, airy look and feel, but also it's quite warm and intimate. Let me take you to the first entertainment space.
Let's go.
As you can see with the bar, what we wanted to create was a space that was going to take the outside in. We've got our botanicals creeping into the space. Nice sitting that is not necessarily conventional. You can sit on either side, facing the outside, taking it all in. And with those elements that I'm talking about, we then put them in the bar. We've got the stone counters to soften it, LED lighting at the base, and hints of the colors that we have in the main house as well.
Not only looking at the main house, but also this entertainment space we find ourselves in right now, materiality and a texture. Can you just unpack that for me and how you're able to display it in such a beautiful space?
Definitely. We like to have a layered look. So the layered look will have some textures where you can actually feel it's bumpy. And then we come here onto our velvets that are a little bit smooth. And then we also have cladding that is leather on the bar. And we add other textures like your stone, marble. What then that creates is a full look that is quite layered, that brings out all the beautiful textures in terms of design.
Absolutely beautiful. But I think it's now time to explore the main living space.
We are now in the first lounge, which is the kids' lounge. With this space, as you can see, we've got a little bit darker tones, but also some brights. What we did is to try to layer the space so that it's also kids-friendly. We took inspiration from different artists that we work with. Behind us, this is Tabiso Takamela. Some of the colors, you can see them popping out into our furniture as well. With all the things that we do, we make sure that when you get to your home, it's not like any other home that you've seen anywhere. So these lights are from a company called Streamlight, and with them, you just tell them what you want. They can be able to find it for you. If they can't find it, they'll make it for you.
And right now we find ourselves in, it feels like the formal dining area.
What we did, we carry on with the different textures. So we had that texture outside the boucle. We have brought it back. This time in a different tone. And what we did with the dining chair is that we then had leather. So we've got a two-tone, also two-material dining chair. With our dining tables, we then use the same wood, the oak, with just a nice, beautiful twilight monocoat. And because you've got such a beautiful dining table, what you don't want to do is clutter it with a lot of things. You just put in 2 vases just as an accessory so that the dining table remains the feature. We've put our kitchen literally in the heart of the home. So the kitchen divides the 2 spaces, our formal living room and the kids' lounge. Next to it, the dining room, of course. So easy for serving. After you've cooked, you just go straight to the dining. What we did with the kitchen is also play with the different materials that we have. So we've got our marble tops. At the back, we've got display units, some of them with glass so that you've got those beautiful glasses you want to showcase. And to keep it clean and simple, we've integrated our appliances. Welcome to our formal lounge.
Being in the formal lounge, the very first thing that caught my eye was this incredibly stunning occasional chair that you've duplicated also on the other side of the formal lounge.
You are quite right. We've got 2 of them in the same space, but also we picked up on the materials that we used in other spaces in the house. Instead of just having it as a plain fabric, what we've done is quilted this one. That's why you've got this honeycomb design in the front. And on the back, we actually have like a wood that is bent. And then we just like smoked it black to just pick up on some of the darker elements that we have in the space. Yes.
Another thing that I'm completely obsessed with are these overhead lamps.
These are actually overhead. You can call them overhead. We call them floor standing lamps.
Okay.
And you will not find them anywhere else. We specifically designed them for this house. Because we've got like big ceilings with like nice overhangs, we wanted something that would create an intimacy gradient.
What is your overall design approach?
My overall design approach is it must be beautiful, 1. Number 2, it must be functional. 3, comfortable. And number 4, let it be a space where you either entertain well, rejuvenate well, recuperate well, or just be happy in the space.
I'm very familiar with an L-shaped couch, but
Yes.
I've never seen a couch that has got multiple seating areas, cushions, and joinery aspects that you're able to enjoy.
If you want the couch to sit in this particular form, you can make it sit in this particular form. But all the pieces are individual pieces, so you can move it around if you get bored of a configuration like this.
What was your design approach when it comes to the multiple bedrooms that are in this home?
So the design approach to this particular room is the same with every other room, which sits down with the client. And this client was difficult as an 8-year-old. In my head, I am thinking cartoon characters, Superman, and I am waiting and bracing for it. He then says he likes black, he likes blue, hints of color here and there, make it simple. I could not have agreed more. With all kids' rooms, my brief to clients is always to say, keep it neutral. If they want something playful, put it in a scatter cushion. Why? It's easy to replace a scatter cushion. The same thing that we did, we then made this headboard with a little bit of the darker piping, a black back wall, and then accents of just LED lighting. On the far corner, we have got the reading nook.
And here we have it, our own personal tour of King Farai Interior Design's home. This home encapsulates all things comfort, functionality, and absolute beauty. Thank you so much for having us.
It's been a pleasure.